On Monday, the 5th of January 2015, the United States House Foreign Affairs Committee, Ed Royce, published in one of the local newspapers in California and requested global support for a free internet. Ed Royce started his article by referring to Sohail Arabi, an Iranian prisoner who is sentenced to death. A section of this article reads, "Sohail Arabi will soon have a rope around his neck. The 30-year-old father is languishing on Iran's death row. Yet Mr. Arabi did not kill anyone. He did not rape or steal. The crime Mr. Arabi committed was writing several Facebook posts that were deemed religiously offensive." On Sunday, the 4th of January 2015, the Director General of the Prison Services in Iran said that there are currently 220,000 adults imprisoned in Iran, while all prisons in Iran only have the capacity to hold between 80 and 180,000 people. He then added that, when prisoners do not even have a place to sleep in, how can we claim that we are undertaking disciplinary actions for the benefit of the prisoners? On Thursday, the 1st of January 2015, the security officials prevented a meeting called Women, Safety and Urban Space from being held. This meeting was prevented through phone calls and specific individuals, but the organizers of this meeting are not clear on who these individuals are. Furthermore, Artena Daemi, a civil and children's rights activist, is still being held in the solitary confinement of the prison, even though 3 months has passed since her interrogation ended.
It has been reported that Farshid Rastgar and some of his Baha'i friends were arrested by the intelligence officers in the city of Abadeh whilst they were studying as a group in his house. On Saturday, the 3rd of January 2015, a peaceful gathering by the followers of the Erfan-e-Halqe path was prevented by the intervention of the police. The protesters then went to the Bar Association of Nasrin Sotoudeh and joined her protest gathering. Mamusta Ibrahim Qadiri Far, a Sunni believer and a resident of the city of Mahabad, who was released from Rajai Shah prison in 2013, was once again arrested and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. His relatives say that the reason for his arrest is due to his religious belief and the fact that during the time he was released from prison, he visited the families of his imprisoned friends. A Baha'i citizen who was working and living in the city of Shiraz was poisoned by an unknown person, which consequently led to his death. This Baha'i citizen was given tablets which contained brass, aluminium phosphide. On Thursday, the 1st of January, the security forces entered Mr. Neku Nam's house by order of the Special Clerical Court in the city of Qom. After damaging the belongings of this Shiite scholar, the officials arrested and transferred him to an unknown location. Dr. Sayed Mustafa Ozmayesh, the head of the International Organization to Preserve Human Rights in Iran, in an interview with the radio station Radio Farda, announced that the oppression and pressures against the Gonabadi Dervishes still continues. On Sunday, the 4th of January, at least 30 Baloch citizens from the Nasir Abad village were arrested. According to the recent reports, so far 11 of them have been released. A report of Christian persecution in 50 countries in the year 2014 shows that more than 100 million Christians around the world are currently suffering and are under persecution and pressure due to their beliefs. Out of the 10 worst countries to violate the rights of the followers of Christianity, the Islamic Republic of Iran has been reported to be 7th on the list. Saeed Pur Haidar, an Iranian journalist who not long ago returned back to Iran from America, was arrested on Sunday the 4th of January 2015 and transferred to an unknown location. After his appearance at the court in December 2010, he left Iran immediately after being released from the prison. However, it is reported that about a month and a half ago, he returned back to Iran, which has led to his recent arrest. On Tuesday the 6th of January, the literature conference by the Writers' Association of Iran was prevented from being held. Furthermore, on Thursday the 8th of January, the court issued a new order to block and filter 3 of the mobile phone software applications called Line, Tango and WhatsApp.
On Saturday the 3rd of January 2014, sources related to workers in Iran informed of the 3-month delay in the payment of more than 300 workers' salaries in the Negin mining company. During the past week, Behnam Ebrahimzadeh, a labor activist who had served his 5-year imprisonment sentence, was sentenced again to another 9 years of imprisonment after the incident that occurred in Section 350 of the Evin prison during April of last year, which is now known as Black Thursday. On Thursday the 1st of January 2015, 4 women in the Bam prison, 2 men in the central prison of Bandar Abbas, and 7 men in the Shahab prison of the city of Kerman were all executed by hanging. A professional and experienced thief who was tracked down and arrested by the police detectives of Khorasan Razavi in 2011 was sentenced by the court to have his hands amputated. This sentence was carried out on the 3rd of January 2015 in the prison of Mashhad. Arash Muqaddam Aslanpour, who was previously sentenced to 8 years in prison on charges of insulting the supreme leader and propaganda against the regime, was sentenced to another year in prison. This new case was opened after the riot of the security forces to Section 350 of the Evin prison in April of 2014. A 1-year imprisonment sentence was given to Peyman Aref by Branch 36 of the Appeals Court. Peyman Aref is a PhD student on political sciences at the University of Tarbiyat Modarres and is a member of Iran's National Front. He was arrested 5 times and spent more than a total of 2 years in prison after the 2009 elections in Iran. Furthermore, on Sunday the 4th of January 2015, 3 people charged with rape were executed by hanging. During Saeed Beheshti Far's 1-month court trial by the lower court in the city of Jahrom, he was sentenced to death on charges of violence by Judge Asami. The 22-year-old Saeed Beheshti Far was accused of physically abusing girls in the city of Jahrom and being violent towards them. On Tuesday the 6th of January 2015, a man by the name of E.K. Masis al-Khori, who was sentenced to death on charges of murder, was executed by hanging in the central prison of Qazvin. On Tuesday the 6th of January 2015, 3 prisoners accused of murder were executed by hanging in the central prison of Urumiyeh. The prisoners' names were Sattar Alipur, Ali Iqbalju, and Saber Mukhalled Mavaneh. Prior to the execution, one of the prisoners was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on charges of political activities.
An Iranian musician and composer, Majid Derakhshani, was stopped at the airport when travelling to Dubai and was informed that he is banned from travelling abroad. A children's rights activist said that a problem among families of migrant workers from the Sistan and Baluchistan province who travel to work in larger cities such as Tehran is that their children are born outside of hospital environments. Following the recent encounters with people charged with minor offences, 3 others from the Khor Aftab Saadi and Khuzagari area in the city of Shiraz were paraded around the city of Shiraz in order to humiliate them for their crimes.